Not even know mine. I think I'm at a loss for words. This is my new favorite song.
Hi, I'm Travis. Welcome to the Resound channel. I create open source technology that helps people discuss difficult subjects more effectively by directly designing for active listening. REN has moved me like no other art has before. I've been inspired to create a system that celebrates REN's art and the wider community, especially the active listeners, the Reactors. So I've made a system that I call Resound. Resound can compile a song and reactions to it into a reaction concert. This has been an extremely difficult system to build, but I won't go into the details here. Today, I'm very excited and relieved to share a reaction concert that incorporates nearly 300 reactions. A three-part movement unpacking the money game in which we are all entangled. Money Games, Part 1, 2, and 3 by REN. Thank you, REN, for the music, for the art, for the spirit. And thank you, Reactors, for the active listening, for the insight, for the heart. Links are below, including to all the reactions used here. Please add a comment below if you have any requests for another reaction concert. And yes, I am working toward high REN, even though it is a bit intimidating, I must say. And if you're a musician interested in having a reaction concert for one of your songs produced for your channel, please let me know. I hope you like it. Let's go!
Let's go straight to Money Game with REN, shall we? So, without further ado, you know what we're here for.
Like money, let's go. What REN spins gonna be put on here, I don't know.
Starting off with a nasty guitar.
It's a strange time we're living in. Bull can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie, theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living.
Y'all know. Y'all have talked about this, but let me talk about this. This is one takes, right? This is a one take?
Yes, sir.
That alone takes a couple shots. One takes are almost like old school 80s video games, like Mario stuff, right? So where you go through a level, and you go, okay, I gotta jump, fly, land, shoot, right?
You gotta get it all right, or you won't beat the level.
And you gotta learn step by step. And the only way to learn how to do it is kind of go through it and fail one by one. That's what one takes are. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say it now. In our interview, they said this took 180 takes.
I would not doubt it.
Fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed the game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade. But now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a...
But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves. REN's lyrics here suggest that money was just created to facilitate trade, a seemingly harmless origin. Yet anthropologists believe that money actually first emerged to formalize debt, essentially to put a value on I owe you. And as large agricultural societies emerged, 10,000 or so years ago, money came to both track debt and to facilitate trade. Debt is central to the money game. It has always been linked to power imbalances and slavery. So let's not forget about it. Our debt-based financial system predates capitalism by thousands of years. It's so entrenched that we can no longer even conceive of an economy based on something other than money, even though gift-based economies dominated most of human history.
But money was invented for trade. But now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer.
Same thing, except for his
finger on the trigger of a money game.
Finger on the trigger.
Rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise to distorted lies, poison in the...
Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way, and those who rise to the distorted lies of poison in our veins. Love the poetry and the sentiment behind those lines. You could take the rain as the rain being symbolic of pain, you know, rain and dark clouds and corruption, you know, rain throughout human history. But also rain could tie in with making it rain, like in the club, like the money raining from the sky, because the world revolves around money.
It's too distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we got to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
I like that he's bringing it back and saying that it's not just the corrupted politicians, it's not just the leaders of society that are playing into this old money game. It's society as a whole. It's everybody.
Old money game. Stop.
This is fire. I like this. That guitar sound is amazing. Wow. I would be so hot with that thing on my face, bro. Like I can't breathe. Woo.
This old
Don't stop. That was jarring.
Oh, this is eerie.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate. When it makes believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth. That's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech.
Whoa. I'm like, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an
Great question.
I have a right to hate. That's my freedom of speech. How many times do you hear it when people want to say, well, that's my amendment right, and I could say whatever I want to say? Well, sure, I will proudly defend your freedom to express yourself, because I think that's very important for a thriving, functioning, democratic nation wherever you are. You know, freedom of the press, freedom of speech is very important. But at the same time, we have to appreciate that our words still have consequences. Our words still affect others emotionally. They can incite violence.
But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize the whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. The storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game.
What you about to do? Stop. Calm down. What you about to do?
All right, I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous about what's coming next. I've learned to fear the stillness of a REN video, of a REN performance, because that's whenever he tends to really smack me in the gut. I'm a millennial. I've been here for a while, and I was a part of the generation that was supposed to be coming into our own when we had some of the most devastating collapses of opportunity, at least in the United States, but certainly around the world as well. And so I was disillusioned early, and made to feel pretty helpless early when it comes to this kind of the cultural climate. And I think I've become fairly numb to it. It lands on me, and my reaction is sort of, yeah, that's how it is.
I'm about to grab. What you doing?
What's he doing? No, bro, don't kill me. Yo, Rick's a killer, man.
Oh, money game.
Only two eyes on this page. And he just sit here and continue drawing, playing the guitar like he ain't just got guys. I'm drawing him. He got eyeballs. He can't see him.
Oh, he stopped him again. Whoa, 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 whoa. Word? Oh, no. So, no, don't do that. Don't do that, Ren. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. Don't do it. Oh, man. I was about to say, he must be wearing a live or something, a lavalier. The mic is picking up the crinkles in this coat. Crispy! Must be wearing a live. There he is. He was wearing one in the high REN, right?
What's happening?
What's going on? Don't do it! Don't do it! No!
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you create art.
Oh my God. Okay. That is freaking heavy. Every section he kind of talks about something else, all kind of stringing together. And just that end sequence of, and he was about to like hurt someone else in order to get what he needed, but then ended up just destroying himself in the process.
Everything he does is an experience, you know. It's not just, you're not just listening to a song, you're having a full experience that when you're done listening, you're not the same.
Thanks, everyone. I hope you liked this reaction concert to Money Game, to be here together with everyone, watching along, even though, well, we're kind of unstuck in time.
We can't waste no more time.
What's that, Jamel?
We can't waste no more time. We can't. I gotta go. Before I comment, I need to go and watch part 2.
Really? We're gonna jump right into part 2? Are you sure we can do that?
To this video. One long video, hopefully. Hopefully.
All right then, let's do it.
Right, and it was bro. Taught me immediately.
Strange time of living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like.
And narcissists in this case, I mean, think about the world that we live in on social media. I mean, it really is contributing to a narcissistic culture if you think about it. Like, even what I do, I'm a hypocrite in a sense because I'm trying to get as many likes as possible. Well, all those likes do is glorify and celebrate what I'm doing, right? You're rewarded by likes. You're rewarded by shares. So it's all about kind of like you.
The rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joke.
And for my American audience, number 10 Downing Street, we obviously know the White House where the president sits. In this case, number 10 Downing Street is where the prime minister sits. And in the case of lockdowns, it's where all the parties happen and all the fiestas go down.
But 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain.
Yep.
A storm, it comes our way. And those who
He's got the
pass
same
to
chorus.
distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we died upon the blame.
Yeah.
It's easier to blame.
I love his
But
voice.
point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
What often happens in the studio is we'll end up getting a version of the vocal that feels too clean. It starts to lose its humanity. And I am greatly appreciating that Ren has left these little imperfections in here every now and then. He's not futzed with the vocals so much that if you saw it in Melodyne, it would be the perfect pitch all the time. Instead, he's left expression and life and humanity in his vocal and still made the sound bigger, still given it like a more polished, more produced feeling.
Money game. This old money game.
It's not real, but it makes you feel some type of way. It's not real. In your head, so rip up the money, rip it to shreds. Fuck it.
Money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7, press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8, big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10, the world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain. The storm it comes our way. And those who pass to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we died upon the blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Yeah, shell.
This whole money game. This whole
Well, another one from Ren, absolutely spot on. There is so much in his songs, we could debate them. Always fantastic. Love listening to him. He always seems to have his finger on the pulse.
Strong, and you can feel his compassion for the human condition and the human experience, because in every song, in every way, he's trying to better us, even if it's taking a mirror and showing us the worst parts of ourselves or of our society. It's not done to antagonize you. It's done with the hopes that it will better you. And that
God, Ren. He's got me so hyped right now. I see my sons falling for this stuff, make the brand names and putting ridiculous prices on brand name items and then I hate, one of my sons in particular is really victim to this kind of mentality, and I've been working so hard with him, trying to get him to realize, son, it's not about the best things you have. You don't need all this stuff to be to see value in yourself or for you to be class as important. Like it's about your morals, your integrity, and how you think as a person, and the kindness that you share with others, and the connections you make in life. It's not about what you're wearing and what kind of.
I am a fan, bro. I am a fan, dog. Listen, I'll be right back. Let me check my food order real quick. Make sure we.
Wow. We are running that back, but first push-ups. Let's go, man. Who saw your challenge? Give me push-ups. Come on, let's go, bro.
Sorry, guys. I had to eat. It was delicious. Let's go.
This is going to take more than a one-time listen for me to really internalize all the points that he's talking about. But for now, I get it, and I want to keep moving on because Money Game Part 3 is the new one, and it's one that he has, by his own words, taken a lot of time and a lot of care, and he says it's one of his better pieces of work.
Let's get at this.
Let's go.
All right. Money Game 3. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Little takeoff on Grieg. So that's A minor.
That's Grieg. That is Grieg's great piano concerto in A minor. And it has this fabulous opening. Well, actually, I might try to play the opening in just a minute. To E, and then it tumbles down. And my favorite part. Do you hear it? So.
That this camera angle just right over his hands. It's tight. Alright, so we're panning. That's going to be right.
I love that heavy somber into like this gentle key.
Ooh! That's a cool ass shot. Hold up! Upside down. It's just so. It's cool.
Tell me that's
not.
is that who I think it is?
Movie, man. We watching a movie, man. This is a movie. Let's go, Reed.
Hey, Ren. When are you gonna start doing your own films? Seriously, you've got to do at least a 30-minute film. Do a musical. I know.
Keep feeling we're gonna get like a jump scare or something. I don't know.
Look, guys, I'm not prepared. I'm not. I know I'm not. Oh my god. That was
clean. He looks sharp. There you go.
His vocals are awesome. He's got as good vocals as he does rap.
We haven't even gotten to the song yet.
Yes.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man he
Learn to be a man. Learn to be a man. Man, I love the false fold engagement. So your false folds, there's another method of vocal production that you can use. A lot of like metal singers do it. Other types of extended techniques use it. If you go look up like a Peyton Parrish who sings like a lot of the Viking stuff, he uses a lot of false fold kind of grit. Christian Bale, when he's talking like Batman, uses a lot of false fold. Rachel, where's the trigger? Like that kind of thing. False fold engagement. And it makes for it's just a totally different timbral effect that you get, and it really changes the whole vibe. It makes things way more intense.
Figure that out. So he actually utilizes a chest bass without even realizing it, I think. He's capable of doing these things. He just thinks, oh, I'm going to growl here, sound good. But he's actually... you know? It's a chest bass. So basically what you got to do is growl. Do it with me. And push out air. And then do it nasally. Close your mouth, do it through your nose. You could beatbox like that. It's a technique.
Son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. Now
It's amazing how just one ideal that niggles into a person's understanding of the world can make everything go south. It's important, I think, that you figure out what your values are, maybe assess them, make sure they're good values, and then stay rooted in them.
18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down the...
Ooh, I can't. First of all, see, my oldest son is 16, y'all, right? He wants to go into trading and marketing and all that. So when he's saying what he's saying, you ain't saying. Okay.
Stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him as he's 20.
Okay, I see what the point is. He's saying he's not going to stop at anything if it means he's getting money. Of course, it's a extreme situation because that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to make this very extreme so you get his point, right? He's not going to tell you about some normal kid's life. I get that.
28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Who's gonna vote? The phone is ringing.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Yeah, just like that, it could happen. You wasted all your time chasing that dollar.
These transitions are fantastic. They're so subtle. Turning and then the behind the chair.
Interesting the way this.
The old famous REN in a wheelchair. Oh, we got cellos and
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words
Jimmy.
my, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city,
I like how he did
44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money.
Great lyricism here. It's an exaggerated version of me, of you, of we, right? Because like I talked about at the beginning, so many people not revealing their faces because we can put ourselves into this money game because we're all a part of it in one way or another. And Ren is telling a story that, yes, it's exaggerated. It's for entertainment. But what he's saying is that there's more to it than that. And now he's going to break it down.
Inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
I agree. Oh, music was going good.
This is art. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension.
To let everybody else know first, all of these things are man-made things. All of them are man-made ideas. You know what I'm saying? And then to say, we could create something different. Just like how we created money, how we created the borders, how we created all that. We could create something different. If we more often, people do kind of talk about money and how it's not everything, and you know, but to even go as far as to say we can change this reality is what we need to hear, man. And I think that's so nice of him, bro.
Ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution.
What you about to do? We ain't about to be playing, what's the doggone thing? With the gun, keep going, it's the game.
The way he looks at the camera and talks, I really feel like he's talking about it. The way we live is wrong. That's what he's trying to tell us. Intensity and emotion.
I can just hear the weight of that gun as it hits.
This is literally like
Everything is subject to change.
This is
We
crazy.
could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me,
Ooh, that's a bar.
then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consume till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
We're not mindless microorganisms in a petri dish, but we're acting like it.
This is a movie, bro. This is a movie.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair. drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father. It's such a damn shame.
Ooh. They call back.
Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh.
What happened with all these bullshit videos? What? So he died or no? There was nothing in the chamber. I heard a click and there was nothing. So there was an empty. So what happened to Jimmy? Rick keep on doing this shit. Ren, this is not. Why are you Steven Spielberg right now? Like you could leaving us with cliffhangers. It's like that we go buy your next movie. You're a smart dude, bro. The power of money and fame and success. You pay a price for it. At the end of the day, he had everything that he wanted that was embedded in him from his father, just for him to be depressed and in a wheelchair, can't walk, got all his money still, everything around him, but it means nothing.
At the end. And this is Ren's culmination of the Money Game series, and just talking about money and how it runs our world. And he's asking questions, and he wants you to think, is there a better way for us to approach how we value money in society and what we truly value within individuals within our society? Because I think Ren has always encouraged cooperation, community.
Mental illness. This is really about societal illness. This is really about what my favorite writer, Charles Eisenstein, calls the story of separation. When we see everyone as competitive agents in a world-devouring machine. And again, the power of specificity here. He's telling such a deeply specific story of a person who went through a tragic existence. It's allowing us to see ourselves in a way that we wouldn't otherwise. Sometimes I watch a Ren video and then the rest of my day is different. This is truly one of those days. I feel like the rest of my day is going to be very, very different. Probably the rest of my week, maybe a month.
He still beautifully reminds us to look at what we are doing for the next generation. What are we teaching our children? What is the message that we're passing on to them? We get to decide what are we going to story ourselves and what are we going to speak into the lives of others around us. It's a phenomenal masterpiece. I mean, an absolute beautiful arrangement.
My solution?
A little bait and switch there at the end with the claim to having a solution, huh? It is a real predicament, and I don't fault Ren for not proposing an actual solution. We do, however, need to break free of the money game somehow and create regenerative local economies. I love how the trilogy proceeds. In the first, we have a figure who is sort of woke to the system, for lack of a better term, berating a sleeping compliant figure. Eventually, the woke figure wakes the sleeping figure a bit, ultimately leading the woke figure to despair about their own perpetuation of systemic violence. At least that's my take. The second one breaks down the logic of our financial system in the form of a nursery rhyme. And the third gives an exaggerated account of the indoctrination of the money game into a talented kid. And as a side note, after seeing that last one, I'm really hoping to one day hear the perspective of Ren as a dad. My 6-year-old son has radically changed my relationship with the future and what I create, and so I'm very, very curious what Dad Ren would create. No pressure though. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you want more, comment below to make requests, and if you're an artist and you want a reaction concert produced for your own channel, let me know. These static, heavily produced reaction concerts are just the first phase of a larger project I'm creating. I'm working towards a platform where, first of all, you can interactively explore the space of reactions as you watch, a sort of choose your own adventure. Furthermore, you can more easily participate as an active listener by recording your own reaction. Right now, it's kind of technically challenging to record a nice reaction. You can also navigate and create deeply nested reactions so we can have better dialogue. Essentially, I want to make reaction inception more easier to do. Like this situation where Knox Hill recorded himself reacting to Ren's reaction, to Knox's reaction, to Ren's song, Illest of Our Time. Check this out.
Musical structure in terms of changing up his flows with what happens with the changes within the production. I know he produces these.
Yeah, no, I'm going to leave in a second. I just want to see if he catches it.
Hot rocking, I'm Freddy Krueger, I'm chopping. I turn it up to 11, the demigod of upping. The strangest thing on the...
Holy shit.
Does
the
he get it?
strangest thing. I turned it up to 11. Like, I'm turning the heat up here. You want it to be at a 10? I'm cranking this shit up to an 11. That's what I'm bringing you. But also 11, L from Stranger Things. He's the strangest thing in the building because he's crazy. He's out there.
Boy.
He's a monster.
He doesn't miss a thing.
Teddy Gorgon. That was a smooth Stranger Things scheme. I'm so glad I didn't let him down. Why did I get nervous? I know that I caught the Stranger Things. I'm sat here like, please catch it. Please make sure.
I'm chopping, I turn it up to 11.
Oh,
the
let's
demigod
go.
of upping. The
Let's
strangest
go.
thing on the boss when the danger lingers, I'm plotting. Sweet like a...
Do you see how powerful and affirming deep active listening is? Ultimately, I like to support conversations on difficult issues beyond music. Even when a reaction is very negative, everyone watching the reaction can at least see what the original video is about. This helps keep the conversation grounded. Contrast this with other social media where out-of-context quotes and maximally negative paraphrasing fuel rage culture. Please reach out if you're interested in this larger project as well. Thank you all. Be well.
Get it?
It's all about treating people with respect, man, and listening. People need to listen more.